What's up, y'all? It's Jackie. Welcome back to my channel. Yay! Yay! I know it's been a minute. It's always been a minute, but like, you know, y'all know what it is. Life. I wanted to stop by today and give you a little update. I know I'm in a new little setup over here. I have the wallpaper up. Allegedly. I basically have the wallpaper up. Don't look too closely up at it. I did a very bad job. I did a bad job. Since we last chatted, I actually had a birthday. Pew, 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 pew. I know. And I'm actually using one of my birthday presents right now. So Brian, that's the name of my boyfriend. He actually got me a wireless microphone for my birthday. So this is my first day, like taking it out, getting used to it. All the things that I'm using right now, I already own. I have my Sony ZV-1. I have this light that I typically use for my self-tapes anyway. And then this wireless mic is going into my computer and I'm recording into GarageBand. And I pray to God that this whole sound thing works out, but I do have backup sound recording into my camera. So we're all good and covered. I know, okay. I'm so excited. And like, what I am happy to say is that hopefully you can tell that I'm just in better spirits. I really am. I am gonna do like chapters and stuff so you can kind of skip around. But the content that I love to watch is when people are just like hanging out and talking. There's so many people that like have gotten me through this whole life transition that I'm like, okay, like let me just put them on in the background and it's like they're here with me, you know? Hopefully this is that for you. I will say, and I do want to preface this, that like, I'm going to be talking about my own experiences, and some of these experiences might be a little triggering. Nothing too heavy because that's also not what this channel is, but I'm just giving you a heads up. I'm so happy. I'm so pumped. Okay. Oh, yay. Okay. Yay. All right. I'm going to put the mental health update at the end. Okay. Because it's like a little bit more serious. The first stuff I want to tell you about is very unserious and it's more fun. So let's start there. So I wanted to tell you all like what I've been watching. So I consume a lot of television and I really clocked it during Dancing with the Stars this year. I used to watch Dancing with the Stars when I was younger with my family on prime time, okay, like every week. And this season, I was like, I really want to get back into like a weekly show where I am sitting down and I am watching a show live. So since then, I've also been kind of switching up how I watch TV in general. So instead of binge watching shows, I'm now watching shows weekly, which is way better for me. Woo! It is, girl. It is better for me. Before I would stack up all these shows and then spend one like whole day watching all the shows in my bed or like on the couch or just like exhausted from the week or whatever the heck, or just watching TV because you don't have to do anything else, things to like watch TV. And then I would feel really shitty at the end of the day. So now what I'm doing is I'm either watching my shows the night that they air, or if it's on like a streaming service, like I watch a lot of Real Housewives, then I'll watch it the next day or something like that. But what I've been really enjoying is, I just have to be honest with myself, I live an artist's life. It is very untraditional. So in the mornings, I was like, if I am living an untraditional life, why do any of my routines have to be traditional? So what I've been doing is in the morning with like my morning coffee, I will watch a show. So simple, right? so it's like in the morning, I get up, I watch one of my favorite shows, you know, like that hour when I don't actually want to be doing anything, but I know I should be up, but like what's going to get me up? And I'm like, ugh, nonsense. That's what's going to get me up. So like too fucking early. I'm like watching reality TV with a cup of coffee and it's like one episode and it's like, it's not dirty. I don't think watching TV is dirty, but you know, it's like that dirty little secret, like other people are watching the news at this hour, but I'm like, bitch, I'm catching up with like House of Villains. I need to see what has occurred. And so it's just something for me to look forward to. So I wanted to tell you what I've been watching. And I made a list because I didn't want to ramble anymore. All right, well, obviously I'm still rambling. So some of the current things that I'm watching, and these are also recommendations. Only putting stuff in here that I'm actively recommending. If I watch some bullshit, then I'm not gonna tell you about it, or I might tell you about it. Things I'm recommending that I think you should watch too. Married to Medicine. If you are into reality TV, okay? If you're into the Housewives, if you're into Southern Charm, if you like the Bravoverse, if you like reality TV, I highly recommend Married to Medicine, okay? It is so good. It is so fun. I feel like people don't talk about it enough. It gives you everything that the Housewives give, plus more, with more dynamics, more relationships. Literally, they're actually, primarily, most of them are actually married. And so you get some really interesting dynamics there. They're all married to, or they're actual medical professionals. So all of the balance that comes along with like being a medical professional in your family and stuff. My mom's a nurse. I've been around like the medical industry my entire life. So again, I'm really invested. It takes place in Atlanta. So if you are into the Real Housewives of Atlanta, you're into the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I highly recommend, highly recommend you watch Married to Medicine. The season 1 of Married to Medicine is so strong. And I say this as someone that has watched a lot of TV. Can you tell? Okay, great. Maybe I'll slow down talking, maybe not. I don't know. Take a breath, girl. I'm also watching Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I am loving Rachel Zoe on this season. I feel like when we talk about Beverly Hills, like people are like, it's a really boring season, but it's a really good season of Beverly Hills. So I've watched all of Beverly Hills, and this is a good season for Beverly Hills. But if you compare this season to like a Salt Lake City any season, it's not gonna compare. And if you dove in with Salt Lake City, it's not gonna give you what you need. But if you are a Beverly Hills fan, I think this season is gonna give you a little something. I really love Rachel Zoe. I love Bose. Like, it's great. And I love the character that Amanda Frances is bringing to this season. It's everything. What her business model is debatable, but the comedy is excellent. Oh, I'm also watching The Pit. Okay. Now, I tried to get Brian to watch The Pit with me. Brian, I learned, does really not do well with realistic medical shows. So if you are not into realistic medical shows, I recommend you do not watch this. Because let me tell you, the art department going off, props, whatever, makeup department popping off. It is good, and it is professional, and it looks real as hell. So if that's something you cannot get into, that's something I watch alone. Okay, I know The Pit's been part of the conversation for a long time. So why The Pit is so fun? So I'm a big Grey's Anatomy fan. So Grey's Anatomy, it's like you're following all these storylines, right? And it's like high drama, just as The Pit is. But like with The Pit, it's taking one season is one full day in the ER. So I want to say season 1 is, oh shoot, I can't remember what event is happening. It's like a big day. Shit, I'm gonna forget. But like imagine like imagine like the Saturday, the Sunday, imagine the Saturday of weekend 1 Coachella at the nearest Coachella Trauma Center, okay? So we're talking like you're gonna get people coming in at like 7 in the morning, heat exhaustion, all of this stuff. People drinking throughout the day. Like there's different things that are gonna happen to you. Like if you're at a music festival, the way it's written, the way it's shot, the way that the episodes are structured, it's really fun, and it just follows one full day. So highly recommend. This season takes place, it's on season 2 right now. It's a really easy is not the right word. It's not that it's an easy watch, but it's very like, you're like in. I would say it's a really great show to binge because it's one full day. So the storylines just kind of like continue throughout the whole season. So it's really easy to be like, oh, thank God, next, which I loved. That's how I watched the first season. So now that I'm watching it weekly, I'm like, wow, that's a good episode. Like now that there's nothing next, I'm like, ooh, they really ate with that one. And honestly, what's been helping me with watching weekly too is I am watching for entertainment, but as an actor, I also really love watching this show. I feel like, I don't think this is crazy to say, but I feel like this is a show that I would probably audition for. So like a co-star or something like that, or like as an EMT or anything like that. There's a lot of people working on the show. Like, so the way I watch shows too is a little different too sometimes, naturally. Sometimes I like to just go back and watch the scenes again and see like how the actors are working, and that's been really fun too, to like actually like dig deep. And with watching it weekly, it actually gives me the time to do that. So highly recommend. Season 2 takes place on the 4th of July. So what we already know is that it's a really hot day too. So the whole day everyone is like sweating. I don't know, it's just like stuff like that like gets me like excited, but I'll speed it up. I'm also watching House of Villains, which I'm loving. Loving House of Villains. It reminds me of the Surreal Life. Every time I recommend to a friend, I'm like, if you watch VH1's Surreal Life, I think you're gonna really like House of Villains. It's very much that, but after reality TV being such a staple for so long, now you have all of these like iconic reality TV villains that have been part of the zeitgeist for a super long time. You put them all in a house, and this is their profession too, so you kind of see them, they break the fourth wall a little bit. It's inside, what is it? It's inside baseball too. So they're making references to all of like the reality TV tropes, but they're also like acknowledging that production is around. They're also acknowledging that all of these people want screen time, and that people like literally make their livelihood from being like on The Challenge or doing these shows. Johnny Bananas is in season 1. Omarosa is in season 1. Omarosa from The Apprentice. Richard Hatch is on season 2, so he's the first winner of Survivor. You have Tiffany New York Pollard. We know her from Flavor of Love, I Love New York. She is on every season, and her reads are diabolical. Like, the things she says, I'm just like, I feel bad for even laughing. I'm like, that is crazy. I'm like, I could not even write that. Like, it's just like, she's a master at work. I'm not really sure how I'm feeling about this current season, honestly. I think I just don't really like any of these people. Okay, that's a big stretch. That's a lot. On this season, no, yeah, I don't like, okay, oh yeah, I'll be honest. I don't really like the people on this season. Like, I don't have a fondness for them in the same way that I did for seasons 1 and season 2. I don't really care about Tom Sandoval. I don't care about Johnny from Love Island. I don't care about Paul from Big Brother. I really don't even care about Christine. I just feel like the dynamics in this season are not as fun as the last 2 seasons, but I'm gonna finish it. So maybe if you've watched it, you'll know exactly what I mean. Oh my God, girl. I just finished Dream Academy. Now, I had started Dream Academy, okay? And I don't know why I didn't finish it. I think I knew that it was gonna be something that I really was gonna love and I was gonna like obsess over, so I held it back from myself for a while. I did just finish it, and I'm an icon. So I don't really know what to tell you. I have been listening to Cat's Eye and watching Cat's Eye choreography like all week, and I'm just like, what's another? What's wrong with another? I'll do another. Is it gonna hurt anybody? I'll just watch another video. Like, that gnarly choreography is so nasty, and like the gnarly choreography is so gnarly. Everything's gnarly. Yeah. Like, I shit you not, I feel like I'm just like, Avi! You love me like the emoji? And I was really trying not to see who ended up in the group. How do you miss Laura? I mean, Laura, baby. legend. So I knew Laura had made it, but I was really trying to not know what the results were. And then Mano, I don't know how to say her name, Mano, she was put on hiatus, and I could not look at what that was going on. And then I was like, I just have to go. I gotta finish it. So I finished it, and now I'm obsessed, and this is why I didn't finish it before. I'm like, what's my bias? We're not doing this. But yeah, I have watched the choreography so much, and I'm just like, when am I gonna learn it? And why wouldn't I learn it? Other things that I finished recently, The Trader Season 4, iconic. Real Housewives of Potomac, iconic. Well, Wendy, that shit breaks my heart. It really does. I love Wendy and her whole family and Happy Eddie. I want them to be held accountable. I just don't want their lives and their children's lives to be ruined. I really love them, and it makes me really sad for their whole family. Oh, other things I've also recently completed, 1,000 Pound Sisters on TLC, as well as Suddenly Amish on TLC. Those are guilty pleasures. I love a little nasty little TLC show. I love them. They know what they're doing. Oh no. Well, we're learning. Yes, but I do love a TLC show. Just slice of life. What I love about them is you can always connect with them. They're on some real shit over there, okay? As long as you accept the base reality of what's going on, as long as you accept that Cody Brown has 3, 4, well, now 1, as long as you accept the base reality that all of these women on Sister Wives all have the same husband, then we're good. You know, it's like, great, we're all in agreement that this is what's going on. Awesome. Let us see the shenanigans. And then these are some movie recommendations that I've recently watched. So if you've seen there's a documentary called Tickled, okay? Mama loves a documentary. This is definitely not my favorite documentary. It is an interesting one, okay? And the man who created Tickled created another documentary called Mr. Organ. I just watched that, kind of the same style. So if you liked Tickled and him as a creator, I think you'll like Mr. Organ. It is a wild ride. Typically I like documentaries where about halfway through, we all as an audience have like the same amount of information. One documentary that does this really well is Girl on Fire. It's like search for the missing something or other daughter. Girl on Fire does this really well. I swear to God, at about like 35 minutes in, the whole story like turns on its head. So if you're like not in, I'm just like, I tell everyone I recommend, I'm like, wait until you're about 35 minutes in. And if you're not in at 35 minutes in, then you're not going to be invested. I feel like Mr. Organ takes a long time to get to that part, but it's interesting. It's an interesting watch. Oh, I watched the Mr. McMahon documentary. And for some reason, I've just had, well, because I used to really love wrestling. I still kind of do, but like I don't watch it regularly. But I watched the Mr. McMahon documentary. Honestly, super interesting, very invested. And I've been thinking a lot about kayfabe. I'm not going to try to explain it. I would Google it, but I'm going to put up on the screen kayfabe. So it's like kayfabe, like we're on, essentially. I've been thinking a lot about that term, especially when I'm watching House of Villains and how they're kind of always on, or like the awareness of the show. Also the way Vince McMahon, awful man, the way he built that business, fascinating. Oh, if you want some shit that's gonna fuck you up, The Deepest Breath, woo, shit. I've been recommending that one for years, and also Free Solo, naturally. I watched Skyscraper Live. Those are my movie recommendations. Ow! I just went and got coffee with one of my teammates, Donald, who is on the foundation with me. And it's just really nice to like chat and hang out. There's so many people that I've met in New York that I'm like, oh yeah, we really only talk at rehearsal, so it's been really nice to like actually like hang out with people outside of rehearsal and stuff, and just like spend time together. I got a burger and I ate that because I was like, I feel exhausted, and why? And I was like, did you eat today? Have you had any water? And no. So I did that. Yeah, and I've just been kind of reflecting on how this is feeling, I guess, and it feels really good. So my dad passed away in 2013, and something that he always used to say to me is, you talk too much. But he also always said, like, you know, he could see me on TV. I do get in my head about being like, I'm talking too much. Even after hanging out with my friend, I was like, did I talk too much? I feel like I talked too much. I feel like I talked too much. And I think I just need to accept that I'm a talker. I be talking. I have to accept it because y'all have already accepted it. It's me. I'm so scared to like say the wrong thing when like people like Andrew Tate exist. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for being on this journey with me. Speaking of journey, I did want to let y'all know like what I've been working on recently, like artistically. I feel like I haven't given you an update on that stuff in a while. And so I figured I would let you know. I wrote it down because I have been so forgetful lately. And if it's not written down, I'm not gonna remember it, is what I'm learning about myself. The podcast listening party that I worked on with Yaz and Drew, all 10 episodes are out. They're all online wherever you get your podcasts. Everything lives on the Audio-Technica YouTube channel, but I figure it might be a little easier for you to get there from here if I actually just like make a playlist for you all. So now all those episodes are up so you can go watch. If you haven't had a chance to check it out, we would love it if you checked it out. I personally love Drew and Yaz very much, and I think you will too, which is why I started a podcast with them. And I love fighting with them in like friend fighting, you know what I'm saying? Where you're just like, we be friend fighting. Since last time we talked, my episode of The Chair Company came out. Wow! That was very, very exciting. Yes, so I appeared in episode 6 of The Chair Company, which is just like so freaking, it's cool as shit. I think it's cool as shit. I was in a group chat with some people and I just was like, I am sick of playing cool or whatever about things that are exciting to me. I'm like, nah, this is cool as shit. That was my first like big TV like gig that I've ever booked. And so that was cool as shit. Like working with Tim Robinson, cool as shit. All of it was cool as hell. And I am like so grateful for the opportunity. It was like such a dream. It was also a night shoot, which I've also never done. So all around awesome experience. So obviously I'm going to recommend that you watch from the beginning. If you do skip to episode 6, I'm like right at the top of episode 6. So that's all I'll say on that. Another sketch from The Daily Show just dropped that I'm appearing in, popping in. My favorite is when people are like, Jackie booked, which I'm like, hell yeah. So that's over on The Daily Show YouTube channel. Always a dream, always like so cool to work with them and their whole team, and everyone's so sweet and so kind. And it's just really cool. Desi's awesome, Laura's awesome. Like I don't have better words for it. I'm super fucking jazzed. I was really scared because I was starting to lose my voice when we did that shoot. We shot it in January, and I was so nervous that they were gonna cut me from the day because my voice was going in and out. When no one said anything, I literally emailed my agents the morning we were shooting. I was like, I am terrified that they're gonna have an issue because I sound hoarse. And they were like, just don't speak until you shoot. And I didn't. And then no one had a problem with my voice. And I was like, yeah, they probably, as much as I know what I sound like, I don't think they know what I sound like on a normal basis. I don't know if they can tell that I lost my, I think they just think I'm raspy. So yeah. So thank God. But yeah, it was really fun. And so that sketch, it's like me, my new friend Laura. I met her when we did the Christmas sketch together. So me, Laura, and Desi. the three of us, this is the second sketch where we've been like a brunch girly pop group. And so this was the same group of girls from, it's me and Laura are Desi's friends from like this Christmas sketch we did. And so they brought us back for this sketch. And baby, if they want to bring us back for more, I will always say yes. But yeah, it was really awesome and super easy too. It reminds me a lot of like, they just have, their process is so like locked, loaded, and together, kind of like Smosh is. So it's just like in and out. Like I think I was there for like 4 hours and we were done. That was like getting costumed, everything. Like I was not there that long. I just did a shoot with Terrarium Games, and they have a new game coming out called Moot, like Moot Point. And so they're turning that into like a series, a digital series. And so we shot the pilot of that a couple weeks ago, and that was really fun. It's kind of like Secret Hitler meets charades meets, shoot, I have the Venn diagram. It's like a mix of like Secret Hitler and charades and like apples to apples a little bit. So it's really fun. Y'all know I love a little lying game. I love to lie in a game. I love to argue in a game. Real life, not so much. But in a game, baby, I love to lie and deceit and all of that. Enjoy it. So that was really fun. For that one, we were pretending to be lawyers. Yeah. It was a mess. And I'm really excited to see the cut downs of that, because you know when you're just arguing bullshit, like just straight up bullshit, I was like, hell yeah, this I'm good at. I do think I'm getting sick, unfortunately. But it's okay. We'll be fine. We will survive. I think I got caught off guard because New York was feeling like kind of summery for a hot second. And I've been acting like it's summer, and it's really not. It's like really not. It is 45 degrees out right now. It's 45 and it feels, it's 44. It feels like 39. The episode that I appeared in on Abolish Everything is out on Nebula. Super excited about that. That was very fun. Again, I love to make a dumb point. And I definitely do it there. In January, I went to SF Sketchfest with UCB New York's ASSSSCAT. All of these words. Okay. I went to San Francisco Sketchfest, which is a sketch and comedy festival in January with the Upright Citizens Brigade New York Theater's sketch team. UCB, or Upright Citizens Brigade, is a comedy theater. There's one in LA. There's also one in New York. And they also have like training programs and stuff all, I think, across the nation, I want to say. So Upright Citizens Brigade, I performed there a fair amount in New York. I also trained there and performed a little bit there in LA. So their format that like they've been doing since like Amy Poehler and like the UCB4 were there is called ASSSSCAT. And so they have a celebrity monologist come out, and then the improvisers in the ensemble like improvise based off of their stories that they're telling. And so this year, maybe the last year and a half, they put together an sketch team. So that is like a rotating cast of sketch performers with a celebrity guest. So we went to SF Sketchfest and we just did like the best hits basically. So we didn't have a celebrity guest. It was just like the ensemble, just doing like the best sketches of the year. So they do a brand new sketch show every month. The writers are fantastic. They have that process like locked, loaded, and ready to go. And it's been really fun. I don't do it every month. Again, the cast like rotates. They asked me to, I am going to be doing ASSSSCAT. I'm doing ASSSSCAT this month. So that's what I'm in rehearsal for. We had table read last night, and then we'll have 2 rehearsals next week, and then we'll tech on Saturday, and then we'll do the show Saturday night. So it is Thursday today. Pitch was last Wednesday. Okay. The writers wrote, we table read on Wednesday, which was last night. First rehearsal is going to be Tuesday. Our second rehearsal is going to be Thursday. Tech is on Saturday. The show is Saturday night. Yeah. I'm not even worried. No, but like honestly, like I'm truthfully not worried because the sketches are really funny. The writers are able to have the sketches like so locked, loaded, and good to go in 1 week. It's just like they're so talented, and so it's just really fun to play with them. And everyone is just like top of their game, like comedians, and they're super fun to play with. So it's definitely a quick turnaround, but it's one of those things when you're just like locked in and focused. It's like pretty. I don't want to say it's easy, but so yeah, we are going to put together a show. We're going to put a show together essentially in like 3 weeks. Yeah, I'm like, do I even have, wait a second. Oh, no. Me in real time, I was like, so wait, I think we're getting scripts tomorrow and final casting and scripts tomorrow of what the writers wrote is actually going into the show, because they're also going to do cuts of these scripts, right? So then we'll get casting and final scripts probably tomorrow, and then first rehearsals Tuesday. I am excited. It's gonna be fun. There's some really dumb stuff in there. Speaking of ass stuff, I did ASSSCAT out here in New York, and this was what I was talking about, of like cool things that I am not gonna pretend that they are not cool as shit. So after that Terrarium Games shoot, I went over to UCB to perform an ASSSSCAT. And so it was UCB New York's first all-black ASSSSCAT. So the entire improv ensemble is all black. Our monologist is also black. And it was the last day of Black History Month. And typically, they're just like, hey, are you free to do the show? And it's like, yay or nay. And then they're like, this is who the monologist is once you confirm. So I go from this shoot, and I'm already like, like I did my makeup and stuff for the shoot. It's like a pretty long shoot, but I had like a heart out so I could go do ASSSSCAT, which I was excited to do. And I was like, I love performing with all of these people in the ensemble. So like, I'm like, let's go. Like all black ASSSSCAT, like, fuck yeah, let's go. I walk in, and I walk into the green room, and I'm hugging everybody because I don't want to say, I definitely have not met all of the improvisers in New York. What? I have definitely not met all of the black improvisers in New York. However, I have met most of the ones that play at UCB New York. And if I have not, I will be meeting them, right? You know what I'm saying? So like when I walk into the green room, I'm like, they're either my friend or they're about to be, and they don't know it. So I walk in I'm giving all the black people hugs, okay? Like, there's like 8 people in there. I'm just like, hug first, face later. Is that bad? I don't know, whatever. So I'm hugging, okay? I'm just like, hey, what's up? Hey, hey. And I go, and I'm like, oh, I see a familiar face. And I'm like, hi. And then I realize that my brain registers like, oh, that's Donald Glover. So then I'm like, let me not, like, hug this man I've never met. So I give him a handshake. I said, hi, I'm Jackie. And then I give him a hug. And then I go to a corner and try to pretend like I'm not confused as fuck about why Donald Glover is here. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm happy he is here, obviously. But I was like, what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what's going on? And so then it turns out that he's going to be playing in the ensemble with us. I said, now what the hell? What? And it was the best time ever. He was so fun to play with. Our monologist, she was awesome. I'm going to put her information in the description box below. Like, it was one of the best shows I have done in New York City. And I have done over 100 shows since I've been here. Probably more than that. I should probably count at some point. Literally one of the best shows ever. To be able to improvise with all black performers on ASSSSCAT in a sold out theater with a surprise guest, the surprise guest being Donald Glover, and for him to be like one of the best improvisers, it just was like, it was like, baby Jackie was like, oh my God, this is cool as shit. like we were all of us were like on cloud nine for like, honestly, for me, it lasted a long time. But it just was so cool. It was, the energy in the room was like, it was awesome. It was so, so awesome. Yeah, and I just, like I said, I'm not shying away from being excited about things that are cool. That was really cool. And one other thing that I got to work on this month that like healed a part of my spirit was getting to work on Boyband The Musical. My lovely, lovely friend, Ashley Blair, put up her show, Boyband The Musical again. So we did a staged reading last Thursday, a week ago, and it was so awesome. It was at Green Room 42, and it was a stage reading. So we had our books on stage with us, but we were in full drag. All of the roles were played by women and non-binary people, and we be singing, baby, we singing, okay? Like singing down, harmonies down. If you don't know Ashley Blair, one, you need to go follow her. She's great. She's amazing. I love her. She's super hardworking and like just so incredibly talented. So incredibly talented. Her mom, Terry, Miss Terry, who we love, was our musical director and on the keys with us. Like, she scored the whole show. Like, and then T, grandmother, Terry's mom, Ashley's grandmother, was also a Rockette. May she rest in peace. Like, the family, the whole family's talented down, and I love them. I love Ashley's family. And that can be and feel as weird as it needs to. I love them and they know it. So I don't really care what you think about it. Her mom and dad have been so freaking supportive of us the entire time. So when we were on the Second City stage together, they would always come in and like, just cheer us all on and da-da-da. Like, just like so supportive, so sweet, so kind, so giving. And like, just like also like give like the best like parent hugs, you know what I mean? Like, we were all kind of like on this island together and just trying to figure this thing out. And so anytime like a real adult is in the room, it's just kind of like, so I just love them. And they're great. They're great. So yes, back to Ashley though, my friend who I love. She's awesome. And so she originally put up the show in Chicago years ago. I want to say about 7 years ago, she put up Boyband The Musical in Chicago. And then, so this is the first time she's mounting any version of it in New York. And so it's been really, really fun to work on. We've been working on music through January. We kind of started talking about the project. Well, she's been working on the project since I know the fall of last year, getting all the tracks and stuff ready, writing all the parts, like updating music, everything. And then we got into rehearsal in January. So we were rehearsing like every week. And my beautiful, lovely friend had us memorizing harmonies. I wouldn't say I'm great at harmonies. Like, I can hear harmonies. Let me not. I can hear harmonies, right? But like, you know how people can just be like, nah, and then like sing a whole song in this like whatever the third up whatever, and can like hold it. Couldn't be me. I couldn't do that. However, I can learn harmonies. I can hear harmonies. And so I was like, she threw everything at us and we picked it up and we fucking ate that shit up. That show was fucking fire. It went so freaking well. We sold it out, which is like also kind of wild because the ticket prices at Green Room 42 are a little higher than some of the venues some of us typically perform at. But it was awesome. It was awesome. It made me so happy. Like, it was, I always joke with, Yaz and I always joke. There was a time when Yaz was coming. I don't even remember what show it was, but I just remember Yaz being like, that was thrilling. And it was like, look, it was a little corny, okay? But it also was like the perfect way to describe the moment, like, shit, that was thrilling, you know? And so when I think of improvising with Donald Glover, thrilling. When I think of doing Boyband The Musical, fucking thrilling. You know, like, it's just shit like that that you really are, it's like, damn, that was cool as shit. Damn, that was thrilling.
Your radio, your choice. But if I were you, I'd keep the good vibes alive with the top-selling song of 95. It's totally up to you.
What's up, girls? The boys are back. Hey, yeah, beautiful. Yo, she asked me where we should eat for dinner. Totally up to you.
She asks, what do I want for my birthday?
Totally up to you.
She asks, what should we rent from Blockbuster?
No opinion about. She asked me if I should make an effort. I said, baby, that's why I have you.
The creative team behind that is working really hard to hopefully have more dates in New York. So I'll still be promoting it. If we get more dates, I would love, love, love for you to come. If I have live stream dates too, I'll definitely let you know about those. It's such a fun show. Everyone is so incredibly talented. And I am just so happy that I get to be a part of it. And it's funny as shit. Like, that's the other thing. It is so fun and dumb, and like, it just makes me happy. Yeah, it makes me super duper happy. So stay tuned for more info on updates about what's next up for the boys. Mental health update. Today I'm good. Today I'm good. You can tell. I can tell. All right? I have not been good. So I am a person that struggles with depression and anxiety. Yeah. I think the anxiety part I have made very clear. The depression part, I think I've also made pretty clear. But I don't ever post or like, you know, tape myself or put myself on or anything like that when that's happening, right? So, or when I'm in that kind of headspace, for me, what that looks like is my biggest struggle. Well, okay. So what I struggle with are my thoughts, okay? I struggle with my thoughts. I struggle with overthinking. I struggle with negative thoughts. Can you tell? So there's times when like my thoughts get really, really negative and it's hard to get out of like that thinking pattern. And also like I have been thinking a certain way for a really long time. And so what I've been focusing on in like these first couple months of the year is like trying to kind of change some of those pathways. Two key words, I guess, for me have been like neuroplasticity and mindfulness. I have a lot of thoughts, and they come really, really, really fast, and they're happening all the time. And so sometimes there's just so many thoughts in my head, and I get overwhelmed, and like it just makes me shut down. Diagnoses aside, I do have like a care team that I've put together. So I have a therapist that I speak to. I also have a psychiatrist. I also was working with a life coach earlier in this year too, just for like additional support. That was like free through my insurance. So I was like, baby, if I'm getting free sessions, I'm gonna use them. So I've been working with professionals
thankfully. They've been helping me out a lot. And I say diagnoses aside because there's a lot of stuff going on in my brain. And so I have some specific answers, but like nothing is in a place for me or under enough control for me to feel comfortable like really sharing, if that makes sense. For people who are also wired the way I am, I think it's very clear what's going on. Because when I started Googling certain things, I said, now I have found my people. And I'm also learning new words. So that's great and frustrating and overwhelming sometimes. Something I know for myself that I really need is structure. And so my contract with Second City ending it's not just about like, you know, like this dream ending and my job ending. It's also like my structure ending. And that job specifically, like as an actor, it's tied to like my validation, how I see myself. It is like, how could it not be? So I'm still working through that, like truthfully, honestly, like I am. And it's just like a day at a time. And it's not just like I lost my job, you know, it's like, there's a lot of stuff like wrapped up into it for me. And, so I'm just like kind of taking it on, like what that looks like on not good days like today. I would say today's like a good day for me. On days when it's not a good day, like I am in bed, the curtains are closed. The past couple months I've been waking up in like a panic. I get so overwhelmed that I feel stuck. And so then I can't do anything. And there's things that like I really need to do. And then it's like, I can't move. Like, or like I can physically move, but like, I can't like move forward. And so it's been feeling like, as someone that like, I hold myself to such a high standard, as someone that is like constantly on the go and constantly busy, trying to like bring all that stuff kind of down and like really like focus on my mental health has been very challenging for me. As someone that's like out and about and out all the time, who's also like, you know, like I lost my job, I need to network and like be out and visible and and engaged and all this stuff, like, and also dealing with like the undercurrent of like, you know, like my life being like all over the place. It's just been a lot. So it's like a lot of things are true at the same time. Like I felt like I was complaining. I felt like I sounded ungrateful because I got to come out here and do this job, right? But like any friend that I've talked to, any close friend that I've talked to, like, ugh, golly. Everyone's been so understanding, right? Like it's like they mirror, like I know these things to be true, but they really like mirror it back to me, right? So like, oh Lord, no. Okay, for example, I wasn't really giving myself enough credit for how hard this move really has been for me, and like how well I've done even with the move. Because when you like really look at it, like I'm like, yeah. A lot of people in New York think I moved from Chicago because I work for Second City. They don't realize that I moved my whole life from California to New York. And they're like, legitimately, Donald was like, so what brought you to New York? I said, Second City did. Like they literally brought me here. So like I really moved my whole life here, you know, and that is incredibly like destabilizing. And I'm still like picking up the pieces from that and the side effects of that. And very few people are gonna understand what that is like. And so I don't talk to them about it. I talk to my friends that get it. So that is like everybody in my cast. That's everybody that was in that building together. Like that's who I talk to, and like they understand, they know the experience. This week I've felt very excited because I feel like myself again. But this time I feel like myself again, and it feels sustainable because I've done really hard work to me. Oh, God damn it. It feels like a little bit more sustainable because I've been working really hard to make sure that like I just kind of like include the mood swings and adapt my life around my mood like swinging and stuff, and like lowering expectations for myself. I'm closing my eyes because it helps me think a little clearer. I guess at night I've been teeth grinding and also waking up in a panic. Spooky. And that was like a signal for me too of like, you need to like figure this out. And you need to really focus on like your mental health stuff. Like there are a lot of signs. There were billboards, okay? There the skywriting. Okay. That was the one where I was like, damn, like in my sleep, I'm stressed in my sleep. Like, yeah. I've just really been trying to take some of the pressure off of myself and put a lot of pressure on myself. And unnecessary pressure on myself. We were just chatting at lunch and it's like trying to do less better. Like I do a fair amount of shows like every month. And then also like the reality check of, okay, what can I actually handle right now? I did have like a little bit of a freak out on New Year's Eve. Okay, I did. I just felt like I didn't get the things done last year that I wanted to get done. And so by New Year's Eve, on New Year's Eve, I had this like immense amount of anxiety about a multitude of things. And so I'm like in tears. I started my period on New Year's Eve. Like, you know, it's crazy. We're just gonna make January the 13th month. This is what we're gonna do. Like, who says the new year has to start in January? I said, no, January, it's not canceled, but I'm just like, no, this last year was a mess. I need some transition time. I am not ready for a new year. Literally in my head, I was like, baby, it's a 13th month. It don't matter. Nothing matters. It's a 13th month. And that took so much pressure off of me. This is what I have the capacity for. And this is great. And this is more than enough. And I am a person that talks too much, but like, this is my channel and I can talk as much as I want, you know? And you can watch as much as you want. And I appreciate you if you're watching, if you're still listening, like, thank you, you know, because I saw a comment the other day and it was like, hey, we miss you. And it was like, yeah. So what I'm focusing on is just being kind to myself, lowering the stakes for myself, giving myself a break, and putting the energy that I typically put into like my anxiety, trying to kind of curb it over towards things that I actually want to put my energy towards. So like, this is something I can put my energy towards. This is something I want to put my energy towards. But I also am trying to operate from a place of, I know that I'm going to feel like that again. And so how can I like best set myself up for that? My daddy said I talk too much. And so the more I talk, the more I'm like, and this thing, and this thing, and this thing. And now I'm going to have to watch all this footage. But gladly so. And I've been recording, it says for 2 hours, and that's a lot for me. And it's probably a lot for you. So if you have made it to the end of this video, thank you so, so much. This is so fun. I had a great time. Thank you for listening. And I will see you soon. Be kind to yourself. I love you. Bye. Oh yeah, subscribe.